Have you ever been bothered by the fact that you want to assist someone who's probably knocking on your window? You want to give them money and you are scared that they will misuse that money to buy drugs and not buy food that they said they're going to buy. And are you in that space? Even if you give them food, you think they're going to sell the food and get the money and buy the drugs. That is our everyday struggle in South Africa. Well, today we will be unpacking that in terms of how we deal with this as society. Hello, my name is Nhlaka and welcome to All Things Leadership Podcast. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. And today it gives me a great pleasure to have the conversation, not just with the person who looks at the people that are homeless, but he works with them from the ground up. Please help me welcome Simphiwe Nasha. Yeah. Thanks for coming through, bro.
It's a pleasure. I'm honored.
Danko. What's your favorite soccer team?
Why? That's one. Manchester City, English club.
English club. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's nice. Bro, tell me, what gave you an interest in working with homeless people?
Sure. I think personally, I do believe that it starts from a people development thing before it's a homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
So before someone is either homeless or whatever problem that they have, but like to see someone go from one stage to another, seeing them improving themselves, whether spiritually, emotionally, but like seeing them develop, it's I think it's a passion. So for that, I think it started on when I finished high school, and first thing I did was a gap year program with YFC, and I was an intern and I was working with homeless people. So from there onwards, I mean, obviously I've changed jobs and everywhere, but I've always been involved with like a once a week thing or a soup kitchen or whatever. Yeah.
What are some of the things that shocking things that homeless people know that we the general do not know?
Sure, that's you definitely should have prepared me for that one.
Yeah.
So what they know that we don't know.
Yeah.
I think they know how much money they make. And we don't know how much money they actually make. We actually think, oh, people are struggling, oh, they don't have money looking for jobs, but actually they make more money than some of the people that wake up and go to work every day.
Wow.
From just hustling, the recycling stuff, all of that, yeah.
And what's the average you've heard that people make?
I mean, we worked with a guy who collects tins and like recycle stuff. And yeah, sometimes he'll bring slips from the scrap yard metal place with like 600-700 rands.
A day?
Yeah, a day.
Ah, bruh.
Yeah. But obviously sometimes they will start collecting the night before, but like that's a day thing.
So these guys are actually business people. If they were using the money well.
Oh no, absolutely. We've seen a lot of skills. We've seen a lot of art, a lot of things. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, there's one guy who sells the screen protectors, the parts, the phone accessory stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is a proper salesman. Like I funny. Like 2 days or a day ago, I was telling my wife. I said, there's a guy that like he would sell you something, you would buy it.
Sure.
And she was like, I said, because I know you would buy. Like, he has sold things in front of me to people, and I was like, this is magic. Like,
sure.
Like you have to be a proper salesman to get this sale. But they've done it, yeah. So yeah, there's actually quite good skills that they use.
Yeah, that's beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So
Interesting.
Okay. That's beautiful. Okay.
It runs away for all of us.
Yeah. So you speak about what you've always had the heart to see people develop, to see people progress and move from one step to another. Yeah. So what has shaped that for you in your life? Do you remember a moment when that first sparked, or actually, inhliziyo yami is that I just want to help people?
I think most of it has definitely been shaped by the way I was brought up. I think that played a significant role because my upbringing wasn't all nice and good and whatever. So there was a lot of struggle and all of that. So I remember growing up, like I wanted to be a social worker, which at a later stage changed because I realized that I love working with my hands, so I needed something that like physical and that I'm gonna do with my hands, whether mechanic or fix things or whatever. So but that always just made me feel like I'm alive. Like if I'm doing something, if I'm part of a program or something like that, like it just makes life worth living. So I think it was that, but also then I got saved. Obviously, I committed my life to the Lord, and it also again changed everything. I got involved with people. That's why I learned more about like taking care of people and serving people in the church, making people feel welcome. As a person on children's church, later stage youth leader, all of those things, like you learn to develop that hospitality, that welcoming thing that people must feel happy, like must feel better after they've met you, after they've had a conversation with you. So it's all started from there. I think that's where it was mostly groomed, because sometimes you can have something or calling, but obviously over the times there are things that sort of like comes and cultivates or grooms you and sort of shapes it in the right direction.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that's basically been my journey.
And you speak about family struggles. What were some of the family struggles that you faced, and that has have shaped the kind of leader that you are today?
So the struggles I had growing up. Um, Yo, man, yeah. There were times where it was rough. I remember one incident where my school fees was paid by my pastor.
Oh.
And for me, I remember I was a white man. And obviously I went to a township school, and he drove into the township to come and pay for my school fees. And
Sure.
he came in like tiny funny shorts, but he was there, because he knew me from church. I was part of the children's church leadership, and yeah, so for me that was that one incident I think I can remember very well. That shifted something within me, that hold on, this guy,
Sure.
what is he doing,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
but yeah.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. I mean, like, I remember that prior you working with this organization that you're working with right now, you once were involved with helping abantu who are selling imzimba yabo, in the streets. And how was that experience for you? I can imagine that first night going to speak to abantu who prostitutes their bodies in exchange for money. And how was that experience for you? And do you have any success stories from that? And what did you draw from that experience? Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I do. This episode is sponsored by A46 Tech, our company that helps people gather the tech to build their own studios with our technical team. But even if you do not have the equipment, we come to you and we can shoot your podcast in your own space, in your own home, in your own company. So connect with us. In the description below, there is a link for you to connect with us. Would love to meet with you. Now, let's get back to the episode.
That one was very adventurous, honestly. I must say.
Yeah.
But also considering how old I was at the time, I look at it now and I'm like, what was going on?
Yeah.
Because it was insane. I think I must have been 2021. Yeah, and so to be out there on the streets in the middle of the night, seeing people that could potentially be my mother and seeing people my age, it was quite traumatic, you know. I was like, this is insane. Like, how did I get myself involved here, you know? But I can definitely assure you that obviously God covered me honestly, because when I think about it now, and like every time something is brought up or I'm talking about it, I'm like, that was crazy. That was like really adventurous and weird. Yeah, but it was an interesting thing. I remember we used to go there, and at some stage I was semi full time kind of. So because I was also always part of the church, so I remember it got to a point where I was doing a connect group or a home cell, whatever you call it, with the ladies. We used to say it's ladies of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was insane. Just seeing people come together and seeing them welcoming us into their families. Like we never spoke about, because we in the home group or connect group, we used to invite other people, neighbors as well. So they were happy with that, but we just never spoke about how we know each other. We were always like, oh no, this is just our pastor.
Okay.
You know?
So now I need you to give me a clear picture of Uguti. So it's a Friday night. We go to the street. We meet the ladies. They doing their business. What do we say to them? What's the conversation? And what's the follow up to getting them into that connect group space and make sure that they are dignified, as the process goes. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was to build trust from the beginning. But how we will start the conversation, it would be because we were both part of the team, like we were both males and females, so guys and girls. We would come and often would be mistaken for the clients.
Yeah.
It was interesting. And it used to be a problem because the ladies sometimes they would come, and the ladies we come with as part of the team would sort of distract the business because they ladies. So when the clients comes, they like who's who here and whatever. So
sure.
But yeah, we would just have a chat and we'll always respect their time. If there's a client, we would wait.
They do their thing and then they come back.
And then we'll go there and they'll be like, hey guys, we used to prepare platters of sandwiches and some coffee with the flask. So we'll just wait, and whenever we were not welcomed, we go on to the next spot. So until people obviously are familiar with us and they're like, oh, it's these guys. Hey, come guys, quickly. Let's have some coffee. The night is bad. Oh, it's quickly, just and then we will know. We're like, okay, cool. How's it going? Here's some coffee, and then we go. So and then from there, then we'll find the name. Sometimes obviously we get like a wrong name or no name at all. Maybe the third time we see a person, they're like, oh, actually my name is so and so, and then you get like always those bubbly people. They're like, I don't care, my name is so and so. You guys are awesome, we love you. And someone will be just quiet there and be like, shut up, what are you saying? We don't want to be here, whatever the case. But later on they would realize who we are and our intentions, and they'll be like, okay, it's fine. Then we'll find out where they live and whatever. From there it just builds on to getting number. So for that one on the home cell, obviously it will be like a group of ladies that are from that area. But the rest, it will be a different program, if I may put it like that. It will be a different relationship.
Yo, that's great, bro. And I mean, like, it takes so much courage for you to step out and be there, And I mean, what are some of the causes that make people want to live such a life? I think it's most people that you encounter from town or from all over township, everywhere.
Township.
So what's the most common challenge that you would pick up from all the ladies that you're working with?
I mean, unemployment is the first big thing. There's people, it would be unemployment, and then obviously there's a lot of drugs as well involved, mostly alcohol. But when you look at that deeper, it's really a matter of I can't do this thing sober-minded.
Sure.
So I need something that will distract me. You need that sort of, you need to get into that I don't care mode. You know, but you can't be that if you're generally a person who's mindful of the environment and who they're talking with and whatever. So you need something that will say as well as you.
Sure.
You know, but because you need business, you need the money, you need that. So it's a case of that. So I think it mostly goes to the unemployment, but also there's a lot of rejection. There's a lot of rejection because for you as a person, no matter how desperate you are, there's certain things you're like, I can't do that thing. I will never do that thing. But the more confidence wise, the more your self-esteem, the more you are broken, the more you are rejected, the more you see you see like you don't see value in yourself, then you fall into such things. And again, it all goes back to unemployment and not having an income. You know, when you like, because you tell yourself those things every day, like actually, the one thing I said I would never do, I might as well just do it because I'm not worth that much. So, but yeah, I think it starts from unemployment and all of these things, and yeah, people need to provide. Those are a mother's, someone's aunt, someone's sister, and yeah.
Sure. And did you see some of them break free from prostitution?
Yeah, we saw people like going to church and
Wow.
Because when you go and visit someone with their family already, that means they've opened the door.
Sure.
That means they've seen a way out. So they've seen that there's something different or
100%.
whatever. So yeah, people started going to church. I mean, obviously, sometimes the follow up is not as like proper. Not proper. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Like, but you definitely see the light. Yeah.
Sure.
I've seen people saying, "Hey, I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful to God, and that's I got to be valued." And you know, and the fact that someone picked or cared for them while in that state, not at home, not anywhere else. So that's always a big thing.
Yo.
That's always a big. I always tell the team that I go out with on the street ministry, I said, the best impactful nights to go out is when it's raining and it's cold, because that's where you're actually gonna make a difference. Because if you go there and then people have got food and everything is fine, it's fine. But when you see someone at their lowest, it's completely different than when you see them happy anyways.
Okay. So now the one that working on prostitution say valala. We might come back. Now, so now fast forward to the street ministry that you do. Is it every Monday? Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing it for now?
Oh, it's been a long time. Obviously, there's been some pauses and stops there, but I think.
When did you start?
Probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Wow. Hey, this is like crazy, no?
Yeah, so probably 4 years, but yeah. It
so now, what do you do at street ministry? Because you say it's street ministry, so you obviously you see people who you know. What do you do when you get there, and what happens?
We go on Monday night, so we meet at the center where the lifeboat where we prepare the meals, or the sandwiches, or someone that donated something like already made meals, and then we prepare that, and then we pray together, encourage one another. Not always, but if there's someone new or there's a group of people that are new, then we'll do like a bit of talk, because when you go out on the street, there's a lot of emotions and a lot of assumptions involved. You're like, am I gonna get robbed?
Sure.
Are the guys violent? What's gonna happen? You know, is my phone safe there? Sure. And then all of those things. And for some people, you can see it in their faces that this person is like,
it's trauma.
Should I go back home or am I at the right place?
Yeah.
So we have that briefing moment, and then we pray. And then we go out.
Wow.
When we get to, so we go to the spots where the guys are sleeping. So we get like groups of 10, 5, 2. Sometimes there are spots where there are 80 people.
80?
Yeah.
Lies, bro.
I'm telling you. There's 80 people. Yeah. So it can, yeah. It's
Sure.
just a lot. Some guys are like group of 10, 15, whatever. So we go there. Hey guys, how's it going? But because I've been doing it most of the time and I'm also at the center during the day. So when we come, they know. They know the car. They know the face. They know, they hear the voice.
Sure.
They're like, how's it? Oh, it's the Lifeboat people. Oh, it's Simphiwe. Oh, how's it? Sure. And then we greet, sing a song or two, and then share a word. Sometimes it's, we share a word of God, the Bible, or sometimes it's just a word of encouragement. It doesn't necessarily have to be from a passage of scripture. So yeah, we share, and then sometimes we pray for them. Sometimes there are like ministry moments where we pray for one person and so on. And then we have like some chats, and then we hand out the food. The guys, enjoy the meal, and then we leave. We move to the next spot.
Sure.
So every night we do 2, 3, sometimes 4 spots.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. And what are the challenges that the people who live in Mgwaqweni face, like in their day-to-day lives, other than just wanting a fix? Because for me as a person on the outside, you just think, these people, they just want to smoke their lives out. You know, what are some of the other challenges other than this?
Look, there are many challenges. Yeah, there are many challenges on the street. I think one of them that I think people need to understand and know is Uguti, not everyone on the street will rob you. Like the guy I told you about, he just collects tins and stuff, and that's all he does. If you see him, he's dragging, that's all.
Yeah.
And some of them will tell you that I used to, but I stopped because I got a beating of my life. And I realized I'm going to die. So I stopped. So one of the biggest challenges is people seeing them and like you hiding your stuff, or people saying things, or sometimes someone will get robbed and then they'll see a guy and they can't point the person that robbed them. Or someone robbed your sister or whatever, and then they just go, this was on the streets. And then they go out there and then they just beat anyone.
Sure.
So they beat someone who's like, I really didn't. I'm not the guy you're looking for.
Sure.
You know? So there's a lot of violence around the streets, and some people really are the innocent people, but because they're vulnerable, they get hurt, and no one is gonna advocate for them. They go to the clinic. They get a terrible, sometimes treatment. Yeah. And I always say this, sometimes yes, they don't comply. They don't take the treatment like how they're told to. They don't honor the appointments that you should come back on this day so you can do a checkup. I mean, of course they do all of that, but sometimes someone would really like facing a lot of pain and struggling with something, but it would be like, it's one of these, you're probably robbing someone. That's why you got to be eating and stuff. So
yeah. So speaking about advocating for them, why did you guys choose to close the gap in a gap in the homeless space? And tell us more about what you do midweek and
So with us, it's actually, this will come as a shock, or always comes as a shock to people, that we actually, the end goal is not to take all the guys off the streets into homes. We want to be the family. We want to be there with them and understand. Yes, we're offering all of those services because we are family. We're not offering them. So it's the other way around. We're family before we are, I don't know, what do you call it, like social workers. We want to take you off the streets and all of that, because we're dealing with people that have been beaten up to say you must change. Everything has been tried. they've been rejected. They say, I don't care about you, whatever, and there's really no one. So to try and be like, okay, we're gonna be the family. When you read the book of Psalms, which is like our motto, value verse, God puts the lonely into families. So from there, then it builds up to everything else. Then someone actually realizes, actually, I'm worth more. Actually, I can contribute back into society, you know.
Sure.
And maybe let me go to the rehab, and because I now see a reason, because a lot of things or people think I just need to give this guy a job and a home.
Sure.
And then a few weeks down the line they steal everything and they go back to smoke or whatever. So yeah, they it's just that support. So midweek we're offering meals at the Lifeboat Center. We're offering meals, and there's also a counselor or social worker on site, and they always able to book themselves a session with a social worker.
Wow.
And chat. But besides that, and we recently started something really cool. We call it coffee dates, and it seems to be working.
Yeah.
It's interesting for someone who'd be like, what are you guys doing? What does that mean?
Yeah.
But it's like the guy can come into the center and decide to have some chats or coffee with one of the counselors or a social worker, and they can sit and they can chat.
That's nice. That's nice.
So that would lead to, okay, maybe let's book a session, and from there get into a development plan and program and.
So tell me about that voucher system that you guys use for the general society that wants to help homeless people.
So the voucher system works like this. We design and print the vouchers and we sell them to the community. And we say, instead of giving a homeless person money, which 99% is gonna go to drugs, give them a voucher. So you give them a voucher which you bought from us, and then that voucher is only redeemable through us. So you can either have a haircut,
wow,
using a voucher, or you can get a clothing item, or you can get a blanket, or you can get a meal, like a meal, which is amazing. A pie.
Yeah.
So, but from there, then this person already knows about us. They don't know that we're there, and there are these services offered to them, because
that's amazing.
So they need to know that there are resources and help around them. So whenever they want to access them, then they do.
So we'll actually put the voucher on the screen below. Is it possible to buy the voucher in a digital manner?
Yes, you can buy vouchers. You can buy them online, and we can arrange to drop them off, or you can pick them up. But also you can get them at Pick n Pay at Lone Circle. They have them at the till. You can buy it anytime.
Wow.
And a few churches, not a few, quite a lot of churches and few businesses have vouchers in their store. So we used to, so if anyone wants to be part of this, you can keep them in your shop or your business, and people can buy vouchers, or at your church, and you can sell it to the people, then they can give it to the homeless.
Yo, that's amazing. You see, this problem, I'm aware that it's not just only in Maritzburg, it's all over South Africa. Do you only do it in one city for now, or do you do it all over?
We do it in Maritzburg, but there is another organization which we took the idea from in Cape Town. I think they called U-Turn. So they actually have the voucher, but because again, homelessness is a very broad thing. It's the homelessness in Maritzburg is completely different from Durban.
Yeah,
and Durban and Cape Town completely different. So the reason why I'm saying that is that the way they do for this voucher system in Cape Town, so a person through a voucher can get can wash their clothes, shower, they've got more facilities, and people there, homelessness is completely different. It's very common in other cities. No, it's very common in other cities to have someone homeless.
Yeah.
But they're not using drugs.
Sure.
Yeah, they have like their bags every day. They go with their bags. They pay their shelters where they can go with a voucher, or they can go pay 10 rand for a night, whatever. Yeah. And it's a complete system, different system. Yeah. Whereas with us, it's another different case.
Yeah. Bro, you seem like you're a person who wants to bring hope to people. You want to see people progress, and there might be someone who's watching this episode, maybe they could be in a dark space, and they want to tap out, and what encouraging words would you say to that person who wants to tap out of their dreams?
Yo, that's a difficult one. I would say, look, life is definitely worth living.
Sure.
And if it wasn't for the problems, if it wasn't for the challenges, we wouldn't be where we are, all of us. Whatever we're going through, there's definitely a way out, and God doesn't test us with something that's beyond our powers or our ability. So we just need to grow stronger. If I look at the things that I thought they were going to kill me 10 years ago, I look at them now, I'm like, that was small.
Sure. Yeah.
And whatever comes now, I can face it. And the reason why I'm saying that, looking back is important, because you look at all your successes. Because there are some things that no one can take away from you.
Yeah.
Only you know. And you look at that and you look forward to the next challenges. We could do a whole preach on it.
Yeah.
That's God is with you.
Yo, that's amazing, bro. And lastly, how do people get a hold of you, and how do people get a hold of these vouchers and the organization that you're working with and stuff like that?
I'll share the number.
Yeah.
On the screen everywhere. But we are on Levy Street in town. That's where Life Changer offices are. And you'd either find myself or someone, but mostly I'll be there. And we also have the vouchers on sites, but they different sites, One Life sites as well, One Life Church. You can get them at Lone Circle, Pick and Pay. You will get the vouchers there. But we also go online, go on our social media, Life Changer SA. You'll find us, and you're able to interact with us with all of that, including our WhatsApp as well. You can send a WhatsApp, and then we'll get a hold of you. And even if you want to donate some clothes, your clothes, if you want to clean your wardrobe, there's a lot of stuff that don't fit you anymore.
There's clothes outside for
and whatever. Just bring us that back. Someone will be warm out of that. Someone will value so much.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
Since it's not valuable to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Simphiwe, for taking time to come and chat with us. I know it was a short conversation. We're looking forward to part 2. There's a lot to uncover and to unbundle in this leadership journey of yours. We really appreciate you. Say thank you to your wife for allowing you to come here. And we've learned a lot, friends. Do not subscribe. Subscribe, like, share, and do all those things, comment. And otherwise, this is Ntanda. Have a lovely rest of the day. Love you. Bye.